Hello there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you. This one from AITA again is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Giving the Delivery Driver Our Door Code to Our House? Excuse me? You did what? Hi, I, female 21, have 9 roommates who are all my best friends. Is it possible to have 9 best friends? There's a side question there. Sidebar, is it possible to have 9 best friends? We live in a college house together, but all have our own rooms. Our rooms all have door codes, but we share the kitchen and bathrooms. All of us get along really well and are very close. We have rarely had disagreements before now. In our college town, it is super safe. I know a lot of people who never lock their doors because they don't need to. We lock our door, but I wouldn't feel unsafe if we didn't. Anyways, on to the issue. Tonight, I was too exhausted to get up out of bed to make dinner, and I plan on ordering DoorDash. I thought about it, and since my room is the first by the front door, there was no reason I couldn't just give the Dasher our front door code and have them bring it directly to my room. It is barely any extra work for them and would make it much easier for me because I wouldn't have to get up and go get the food when it got here. You mean you wouldn't have to walk from your bedroom to the door, which you just said is the closest to the front door? I'm red flagging you for that, ma'am. It'd just be so much easier if I just didn't have to get out of bed, you know? What if DoorDash could deliver right to your bed? Oh my gosh. I made sure to tip extra for them going out of their way to help me and to put the drop-off instructions and door code in the comments before ordering. Anyways, flash forward to my food's arrival. The Dasher comes in our house and gives me my food and leaves. It went just as smoothly as I expected. One of my roommates watched him leave and came in to ask me who he was. I explained the situation to her, and she became furious and started screaming at me. She said a lot of really hurtful things and told me she wished she didn't live with someone who has no regard for other people. I always try to be nice and considerate to her and my other roommates, and I also tipped the driver really well, so I'm kind of lost on how I was inconsiderate to either party. I feel like she's completely overreacting. It was another student who was our driver. We have cameras by our door. So many people don't lock their doors, and the man literally only came to my room, which means he didn't step foot in any of the rest of the house or near her room. I literally told him in the comments only to go to my room and gave him my room number so he'd know exactly where to go. She is acting like we don't all have guests over sometimes or bring random men home we meet at the bar. We all agreed we were fine with others bringing home drunk men we meet at the bar. Why is it worse when I let a sober one quickly come in to bring me food? It is my house just as much as it is hers, so I think I have just as much of a right to invite people in as my roommates do. I just don't understand why she is acting like this is such a big deal and being so rude about it. I really can't see why I would be wrong but wanted to get Reddit's opinion because she is really insistent that I was wrong. My other roommates are split. One of them texted and said it wasn't a big deal, but the others also feel that I'm wrong. So, am I the astronaut? Info, I don't lock my door, so he was able to just walk into my room himself and hand it to me. I didn't have to get up. And that's what all this was about. We have an update to read here, but before I read that, OP is minimizing, in my opinion here, minimizing and trying to justify this by saying everybody brings friends over, everybody brings dudes home from the bar. But when people have friends over and when they bring people home from the bar, I'm sure it's them punching their code into the door and swinging it open and letting that person in. It is not them giving everyone else the door code. So that doesn't align for me. That's not an applicable comparison here. It doesn't make sense. You don't give a master code to your home. Well, and yeah, if it's the front door code, if it's the front door code, yeah, that is kind of a big deal because it's not about that time, OP. It's not about this instance. It's about now. Jabroni here has access to just strut through this home whenever he wants. And yeah, you have cameras, which would capture him like coming in or leaving after he had done something stupid and terrible. Now he has access. That's the problem. Everyone is uncomfortable with that. So,
But what about somebody accusing him of doing something or stealing something while he was in that house? Not even the fact that he now has access to their home. He could have gotten in so much trouble because anyone could have said anything, or something could have been missing, and they're like, "This guy did it." And
if they don't have cameras inside that followed him the whole time, and I guarantee you they don't. Yeah, he could have been blamed for anything. She did this whole thing not wanting to get up. She could have said something. She could have accused him of something. It's just not safe for anybody.
Further than lazy. This is like, I don't even know.
It's a bad plot corn.
No, it's just like, this is like not even like using all of your brain power.
Yeah.
Like this is like laziness combined with not using your brain.
I like your comment here that says, I've been exhausted and lazy before, but this is just lazy. This is lazy. Like she did all this because she didn't want to get up. So she gave him unrestricted access to be able to enter the home at any time because she didn't want to have to get up and walk 10 steps. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, here's the update. Thank you all for your honest feedback. Can't say I appreciate people telling me my roommates should kick me out or not tell me the code, but I appreciate everyone explaining to me the stupidity of my actions. I understand why I was wrong now and have since apologized to my roommates. I'll be damned. Wait. Somebody actually accepted Reddit's verdict and was like, okay, I'm wrong. I'll apologize. I'll own it. This might be a first. My roommate who yelled at me, Megan, and her best friend are still not speaking to me, even though I apologized and came around, but everyone else is. Making one mistake shouldn't be the end of a friendship, so I'm sure they will both come around. I think it was a lot harder to admit to myself that I made a stupid mistake last night because I felt insecure when all of my roommates turned on me. I am working on it. Megan called the landlord last night and had him come and change the code, so that's not a worry anymore. We also had a house-wide meeting and have made a list of definite rules and things that need to be run by each other so something like this doesn't happen in the future. I'm really sorry for my actions, and I'm going to work to be more aware in the future. Wow. I am shocked that OP went from what sounded like an entitled little brat to owning the mistake, apologizing, and implementing a change to make sure she doesn't make this mistake ever again. That's very grown up. That's very wise of her, and I'm shocked because of how she treated the situation in the very beginning. She's actually learning. The friend still being pissed at her, she has to accept and understand too, right? Not everybody is going to forgive her as quickly as the ones who forgive her the quickest. She's just going to have to accept that people are still pissed because they still had to go through a lot of pain. That meeting probably should have happened before a long time ago. I was shocked. I'm assuming this is like a sorority house. I was shocked that there wasn't a set of rules and a contract that people sign on to that says this is what you can and cannot do. So that structure needed to be in place in the first place. But OP's actions forced a meeting, forced these rules, forced the landlord to come change the locks, and forced some stress. It caused some pain. So the two that sounds like they had the most pain are going to take some time getting over it. But Nancy, I agree. It takes a really big person to admit that you're wrong. Wild. So respect, OP, respect. I think it was, I may downgrade a hair here to ask on to. I definitely shouldn't have done that. I don't think it was evil. I think it was dumb. So I'm going to downgrade myself a little bit here and say ask on to, which is definitely shouldn't have done that because I don't think it was malicious. I think it was entitled. It was lazy, but she didn't think through. She didn't think through everything that was going to happen or could happen here. And now she knows. So I'm at 2. She had a little bit of redemption here. A little bit. Williams, unfortunately, she's the reason those rules have to be laid out. But if it wasn't her, it would be someone eventually. Those rules needed to be in place in the first place. If they've got a door code, there should be a rule about who's allowed to have that door code.